Well, for more on this, let's bring in France 24's Irris Makler in Jerusalem. Irris, we have been waiting all day, it seems, for Benjamin Netanyahu to speak, and yet he is yet to do so. Do we have any idea what's taking so long?
No, it's the question that no one here can answer. There was a general strike declared at 10 o'clock. If Netanyahu had spoken at 10, the airports wouldn't have shut down. If he'd spoken at 11, the ports and the airports wouldn't have shut down. If he'd spoken at 12, the shopping centres, the ports and the airports wouldn't have shut down. So it's a vacuum that he's not stepping into. Some people are suggesting that he's being advised he should speak at 8 o'clock tonight, the traditional time that he addresses the nation through the TV channels. But I think that misunderstands what's going on here. This is the time to speak now and not to wait for that. And of course, there's always a conspiracy theory. There is a right-wing demonstration, a counter-demonstration planned tonight, and perhaps people within his advisors who don't want him to suspend the reform program are suggesting he wait till then so that he can say, look, we've got support for continuing. But, you know, that could almost be a recipe for civil war. So it's not clear why he's not speaking, but it is a vacuum and it is felt.
Irris, we can see there in those images as you were speaking that people are back on the streets today after turning out by the hundreds of thousands yesterday. As you said, there's this call for this general strike. It really shows how deep a chord this is striking with people there. Is this kind of mass reaction anything you've ever seen before in Israel in your time there?
It's nothing I've ever seen before. And it's another reason I'm surprised that Netanyahu didn't step in after the chaos of last night. The demonstrations were spontaneous and unexpected. And really, I've heard a police chief admit that they couldn't control them. Normally, when there are these large demonstrations, it's by agreement with the police. They're spread out there, they're waiting. There was none of that. And so they let them happen. And it was from 10 o'clock till midnight, till 2 a.m. They only cleared the main Tel Aviv-Jerusalem highway this morning at about 7 a.m. And now parts of it are blocked again. And what this vacuum does is it invites the crowds back, because this issue is not resolved. The reform isn't suspended or halted entirely. The defence minister isn't returned to his job. It's all in suspension, and into that suspension, the angry crowds return, people shouting democracy, demokratia, shame to the Prime Minister. And, you know, we do not want to turn into Hungary. I've heard that said more than once. So the people have taken this on themselves, and it's a vacuum that I think Benjamin Netanyahu must now step into.
Okay, Irris, thanks so much for that. Irris Makler reporting live for us from Jerusalem.